Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 1987 GMC S15 Sierra Classic. Up front is a 2.8 liter V6, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this S15 for two reasons. First of all, it's pretty rare and I haven't driven one before. I've driven S10s, especially from this more square body era. It's not that new to me, but the S15 is pretty rare, and I haven't driven one. The second reason is the fact that this is a sub 100,000 mile truck, which you don't find all that much from this era. A lot of these were used and abused and thrown away, but this is very, very clean. It is a wonderful representation of the S15, and I'm excited to share it with you here today. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that 2.8 liter V6 under the hood. Well, throughout the 1980s, this was kind of the upgrade engine for most GMC, Chevy, and just GM products. I've driven a lot of Chevy celebrities with this engine. It was an optional engine for the upgrade on the Cavalier. And so I have a lot of experience behind this 2.8 liter. It's always been fine. Pretty stout motors, not a whole lot of issues with them. They just weren't anything glorious. They never really caught the inspiration and love of enthusiasts, but it works well enough. And it's nice to have that V6 here in the smaller grade pickup. Now, like I said, paired to it, 5-speed manual transmission. As you guys know, I've been eating this thing up all day. I love it. Super notchy into gear, really responsive, light enough clutch, more of a car clutch than a truck clutch, just in terms of weight, which is of course preferable to me. And overall, it really is a fantastic driving experience. Last but not least, about the S15. This one is 4-wheel drive. You could find them in rear wheel, but this one actually has the 4-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive the S15 GMC? Well, I have to say, most mini trucks from this era drive in pretty much the same way. They're light, they're pretty easily chuckable, decent handling, and it is very nice to have that V6. Almost every mini truck from this era that I've driven has always been a 4-cylinder. Mazda B2200, Toyota pickup, Nissan hardbody. All of them have always been 4-cylinders. So this actually has, pardon my French, some balls. Visibility is also great. It's an 80s car. It has thin A-pillars. I don't want to know what that means if I end up on my roof, but it has thin A-pillars, so I can see very, very easily. And I love it. It's so, so lovely. Highway on-ramp, second gear. There's a little dead spot at about 4,200 RPM, but other than that, it just pulls so much better than any of the 4-cylinders. And you get that low-end torque that gives you that extra confidence around town and that sort of weighty and breathiness that I like. Again, you just don't find that. Even the S10s that I've driven from this era usually are the inline 4s, so that is a very, very welcome upgrade. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have an analog gauge cluster, but it's trying to trick you a little bit. So it kind of looks like it would be digital. It's like looking to mimic a digital gauge cluster, but don't be fooled, it is not. Off to the left, we have our oil pressure and fuel. In the center, we get speedometer and tachometer. And off to the right, we have battery voltage and coolant temperature. Nothing on the steering wheel but the GMC badge. This is pre-airbag. And off to the left, we do have our headlight switch on and off. We have a climate control vent. And down below, we have the brake release and hood latch. Moving on to the door, we have the lock and unlock latch to get in and out, and crank for the windows. We have this lovely door card. This was seen in a lot of GM products of the era, so happy to see it here in the GMC S15. And then moving somewhat into the center, again, attached to the gauge cluster, we have our climate controls. Very vertical, very compact, sort of out of the way, but it does have AC, which I am pleasantly enjoying here today. And then off into the actual center, we have 2 climate control vents, our auto reversing radio and cigarette lighters. Right here, it is a Delco radio. Again, very iconic for 80s GM products. They all had Delco radios, and this is no different. We do have a big pull-out ashtray and a shelf that runs underneath, but we don't have any dedicated cup holders, so the GMC S15 Sierra Classic fails the big friggin' bottle test. Moving on to the floor, we have our 4-wheel drive, and we actually get this really awesome diagram showing if it's in 2-wheel, 4-high, neutral, and 4-low. Absolutely love this. Again, a futuristic touch from almost 40 years ago. Then we do get the stick shift. It is very tall and mighty. It has the throw of a pickup truck. It might have the bushing feelings of a sedan or coupe, but it definitely has the long shifter throw of a truck. No doubting that. But again, it's very, very nice and I quite enjoy it. We get some cubby space, and we do get a center console, which you open with this knob at the front. It's like the front door knob into the center console. Very, very interesting there. The seats are comfortable as well. They have been redone and they look amazing to factory original quality. Super, super comfortable. I will die on the hill that GM had the best seats of the 1980s and 1990s, and that trickles even down to the GMC Sierra S15 Classic Quad Cab, whatever the full name is. It even trickles down to this. However, unfortunately for me, there are rear jump seats. So, let's test them. I want it to be known that I'm fully aware. I'm very, very privileged to have the job that I have. It is the best job in the world, and I have no right to complain. However, for the next minute to minute and a half, I would rather clean septic tanks naked than do what I'm about to do. But here we go, for the love of the game. So, come in here, pull this down, and pop that up. Can I move this forward? Okay. So here we go. Set this one up so you can get the proper angles. Make sure just kidding. Not even the GoPro wants to see this happen. Okay. My college didn't have fraternities in it, but I imagine this is what hazing is somewhat like. Okay. All right. In we go. Yarg. All right, I'm in the rear jump seat of the S15 Sierra Classic. They are pretty terrible. Fold them out here, fold them up. There you go. I mean, the seats themselves, very presentable. They look great, but not meant for people like me. Not good. I would not want to ride back here. Even if Sigourney Weaver was driving me around, I would not want to sit back here. So, not a good place to be. I know the cool thing about these, and the reason I show these seats, is that I know a lot of people have a lot of memories back here. Dad had an S15, go into the store, your brother in the front seat, you were the younger brother, so you had to ride in the back, or your sister got the front seat, whatever it might be. A lot of people have memories with these seats, and I totally respect that. It's a very, very cool feature that made a very small truck just a touch more practical. Doesn't mean I have to like them. I just got to show them to you. So here you go. Here you go. These are the seats. These are my arch nemesis. They have been for decades, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon. But look at how clean this carpet is. Really, really nice. We also do get cup holders for some godforsaken reason, but whoop-de-doo. Let's hop out and take a look at the bed. So here it is. This is the bed of the GMC Sierra S15. Literally nothing to report on. You don't even get some, I guess you do get tie downs in here. Nice feature. Can you tell it's the end of a very long shoot day? Now we gotta talk about the looks, and obviously this is shared with the S10. The S10 from this era was pretty much the same truck. However, I love the blue color of this. The wheels have been refinished. They look amazing. Overall, this is just such a time capsule. And the looks really sell it too. I love these square body trucks. I love square body vehicles from the 80s. It's a big fat middle finger to aerodynamics, and I love it. Because screw it, right? Anyway, I think it looks great. It's such a wonderful time capsule, and here it is. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the GMC S15 Sierra Classic? Well, of course, this has been a very good experience, not only because this is a very mint condition, a very well-kept, good quality example of the S15 Sierra Classic, but I just love this era of GM, and I love this era of vehicle. There's something so honest and straightforward about this truck. It's not gimmicky. It doesn't try to wow you. Maybe that gauge cluster, maybe that four-wheel drive indicator, but at the end of the day, it's a little get-around truck that's wonderful to drive, easy to see out of, easy to navigate, just overall fantastic. And I miss simple, honest pickup trucks like this. Yes, we do have the Maverick, and that is a very good product, especially for the price tag. I like the Maverick a lot. But the Maverick is an iPad on wheels compared to this solid anvil in the middle of a barn. That's the comparison between the two vehicles. And that's why I love this truck so much. I love that V6 as well. That was not super common in this era, and yet here it is, and I'm so appreciative of it. At the end of the day, the biggest and most important thing is I just wanted you to experience and see what an S15 Sierra Classic looked like as if it rolled off the showroom floor today. And here it is. Any questions? Class is now in session. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Ed for letting me borrow his S15 Sierra Classic here today. What an amazing piece of history. Fun fact, this vehicle is actually on Bring a Trailer right now. And so I will post what it went for here in case you're curious of what the market is like. But this is an S15 Sierra Classic. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.